What's going on YouTube? Here back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP, and if we have time, the S&P 500, because I do believe it's extremely important to look at the S&P 500 as it's starting to see massive dips in prices caused by just a ton of different variables. We're also seeing the market as a whole take some very freaky movements, not necessarily in a bad way, but definitely some freaky movements, and I do believe they were caused specifically by Elon Musk, as we said in yesterday's emergency video. The interesting thing is with this big break that we had, which seemed to be going in our favor, it seemed to be some sort of pump fake, and it pushed the prices up to a level where we thought we would continue to break bullish, but surprisingly we saw the reversal as the candles did not close above the supports and we actually started to dip lower. This is extremely interesting in regards to the next opportunities to invest in the market. It also opens up doors to whether or not this is going to be a continuous bear market as we move forward into 2021. Otherwise, if you guys are interested in learning more, definitely watch the video to the end. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button as it does help support the YouTube algorithm, as well as follow me on Twitter at CryptoTheOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, before we jump into today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to OnFlow and NBA Top Shot for sponsoring today's episode. OnFlow is a new blockchain built for the next generation of apps, games, and digital assets. Flow is designed from the ground up as a foundation for internet scale protocols and applications that also require exceptional user experience. It was conceived by the team behind CryptoKitties, hopefully you've heard of them. Flow was developed and stress tested with top global partners and is now open for anyone to contribute to as well as benefit from. They are also bringing blockchain to mainstream users, starting with the collaboration with the NBA. So unlike when Dapper Labs launched CryptoKitties on the Ethereum, they also crushed the network. NBA Top Shot, very similar, was able to achieve such great results because it was built on top of the OnFlow blockchain, or the Flow blockchain. NBA Top Shot allows fans from around the world to collect Top Shot moments. There are also other global brands coming to Flow: UFC, Dr. Seuss, Warner Bros. Or Warner Music Group, Animoca, Ubisoft, and many more. So Flow is basically a new blockchain built for the next generation of apps, games, and digital assets. With 3 months after the publication of the NBA Top Shot launch, it was already shooting past CryptoKitties' success as the top NFT and blockchain app in P2P marketplace volume, with less than 20K users. It's pretty quick and pretty crazy for the amount of volume that it produced. Lastly, the Flow token has just been listed on the Kraken exchange, which is a great way to get involved in OnFlow. Otherwise, once again, huge shout out for OnFlow and NBA Top Shot for sponsoring today's episode. If you want to check them out, definitely make sure to click the links in the description down below. Otherwise, let's jump right into the technical analysis. All right, guys, so back to the technical analysis. You can see really quickly, top 10 cryptos, things are down, and this is what's very interesting, and I think we have to explain. Everything is down a fair bit. You know, Bitcoin is down 8%, Ethereum down 5%, Polkadot down 3%. XRP is actually the only coin that's up about 12.77%, which is good. It's nice to see, XRP finally getting some gains, but the rest of the cryptos are down. Everything is down. So I wanted to just flip through all the cryptocurrencies and the S&P 500, then we'll jump in just so we can get a general overview of what exactly is going on. So XRP is the only coin that I'm going to show you that actually looks fairly okay. Yes, we saw a big break above the downtrend. We broke through this, causing some sort of bullish, uproar, which is very nice to see. This was discussed day after day on the channel here. We're finally seeing that correction to the upside, which is nice, but we are hitting this daily moving average, which we're going to have to talk about more in depth in a minute. Looking at Ethereum, I mean, you guys can clearly see where the problems are at this uptrend right here and where this resistance to price ceiling is. Bitcoin too, we have Litecoin as well. There's definitely some very interesting movements all across the board. And then the S&P 500, which broke bearish outside its ascending fractal, clearly looking to come back down to bottom support right here. The uptrend, very interesting. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that in the very near future, coming back to retest 3,600 the next couple of days. It'd be a pretty shitty dump, but definitely something we can expect. But to jump right into the technical analysis, you can see right now on XRP, we have this beautiful downtrend right here. We're looking at this on the daily, and we've pretty much just entered some sort of bullish zone. Clearly, we jumped up. This is what we were anticipating all the way to the 4-hour, retesting 33 cents. This was a great break to the upside as we managed to close the daily candle yesterday above the resistance, and that is just a great opportunity for us all. Looking at the 4-hour, you can see what the problem was. You can see this purple downtrend on the coin, pushing the coins lower, and you can see we managed to break through there, retest 4-hour moving average, break through this as well, which is just a great opportunity overall. We actually managed to breach up inside the 30-cent resistance, and this is great. This is what we've been talking about for a very long time. Whether or not we were going to breach above resistance here, get inside the upwards channel right here that we have, this higher tier ascending or sideways channel, and just kind of hold this. So we managed to do that. We closed the daily candle above there, which is just a great overall opportunity. Obviously, the problem zone that we have right now is retesting this resistance here. Actually, it's just today that we managed to breach above the 30-cent resistance. So we'll see if today's candle does decide to close above there. Obviously, if we do, that's definitely a bullish signal, and we may actually be able to swing back above this daily moving average right here. Obviously, this daily moving average is extremely bearish, as you can see by this huge bearish cross right now. But if we can close today's candle above this resistance right here, there's a good chance we may be able to slowly consolidate out of this. The crazy thing that we have to consider is looking at all these other cryptocurrencies. This is where things get just a little bit hectic, especially for Ethereum and Bitcoin. As you can see right now on Ethereum and Bitcoin's charts, the problem that we have. So yesterday we managed to actually breach above resistance here. A lot of people thought it was all-time highs, so we didn't actually hit all-time highs just yet, but we managed to wick above here. We discussed in yesterday's episode, as in today's, if we can close this daily candle above this resistance right here, the price ceiling, then there's a very good chance we are going to be able to swing back up to all-time highs. Clearly yesterday we didn't do so, and unfortunately we receded all the way back down, wicked back down below here and closed. So Elon Musk's, big dive into the market to help pump it up didn't necessarily help, because we closed resistances below, or we closed the the prices below these resistances. So we're literally back onto what we've been talking about. There's a good chance on the 4-hour we're going to see a small correction back downwards. Show you what I mean in a second. Obviously, this can be moved up ever so slightly if you want, pretty much to right here. I'm going to draw on one of those two. I guess it must have reset when I updated my charts. Right here is what I'm referring to. Draw it in yellow real quick, or actually I'm going to draw it in like white, just a color to show the differences on the 4-hour charts. So to draw it in white right here, now you can see where the problem zone relies, and you can see the uptrend where we're trending in. So we actually managed to retest resistance here and then immediately correct back down lower. Obviously, we are syncing with this 4-hour price right here. There's a good chance prices are going to come back down, small short. So target for the next couple of hours is back down at bottom support, which is closer to $1,300. Then I believe we're going to swing back up once again. But obviously this is what we've been anticipating and waiting for. As you can see, there's been months of consolidation. This has literally been since December 23rd, and we're now pretty much almost in February. So the end of all of January now into February, we've had 4 weeks of consolidation, creating this ascending triangle right here. And now we're getting kind of to the last lick of things where we're retesting this resistance right here, and we are battling to fill in this gap. So hopefully we can see the general direction of which we decide to break through. Obviously, if coins start to dip lower, as we're seeing Bitcoin and the others start to get rejected from resistances, there's a good chance that Ethereum may actually see a dump, and it would be unfortunate, but we could see it swing us all the way back down to 839. If that does it, then the rest of the market as a whole is going to be correcting lower. Obviously, it's good opportunity for us, regardless of the direction, as we are going to be able to short the markets, but you just have to be prepared that this pump fake that we had yesterday with Elon Musk exploding specifically Bitcoin didn't necessarily help us, and that's something we have to look at in a few minutes. But Ethereum it's as of right now, it looks fine. It looks okay. We're still trending inside of here. If we just got rid of what happened yesterday, there is still a consolidation pattern that we're having, and we don't necessarily look bad, honestly, at all. The consolidation is very good, and we're literally just filling in this gap. So we just have to give it a little more time. Obviously, it's becoming a little bit smaller to trend around and trade around inside of here, which is going to make it more of a riskier play if you do decide to do that. But we just have to see if we can close above resistance at 1435, or if we break through bottom support at 1330, ultimately sending the coin back down. But we have to spend quite a bit of time analyzing this, focusing on this, and letting it, fill in the gap the next couple of days. Lastly, to look at these other cryptos like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and the S&P 500, which honestly just does not look good right now. This was FOMO, guys. I don't know how else to describe this, but when Elon Musk put out his, tweet, you can clearly see the impact it had on the market. This massive correction up, FOMO shooting up to 38,716, and then immediate correction all the way back down practically to where we opened, which is nuts. I mean, it's beautiful that we closed above resistance here, but you can see we really didn't help ourselves in breaching the prior high, and that's the problem that I'm seeing. It goes with Litecoin too. In reference, you can see if we pull up maybe the daily, you can see right here the problem that Bitcoin and Litecoin are having. This would have been bullish if we managed to close prior to our high. So we have these lower highs as we've been discussing for a very long time. Boom, boom. This is one, and this is the next one. And they aren't necessarily higher than the prior one, and that becomes problematic, especially for this coin. Granted, yes, on the 4-hour, it looks like we did, but this is definitely FOMO investing because of Elon, so I don't think it's going to impact it. We have to kind of disregard the way this market is trending, especially with Litecoin as well. You can see on Litecoin specifically, it did not breach its prior high, which is problematic, and it is reference for a lower high to form, and it could be correcting the prices back down lower until we break through our prior high. That's the only direction we have for what could be a bull market to the upside. If we don't breach through the prior high, it's a reflection of resistance, and the bear market is still going to tank it. So I wouldn't be surprised if today's candle does decide to recede a little bit lower. Lastly, the S&P 500. I mean, this is crazy. I don't know if it's all this market manipulation because of the stuff that's coming out right now. It's probably all pre-planned. I wouldn't be surprised, but if you really look at hindsight of things and you just take a step back, look at maybe the monthly candle right here, get a look at what exactly is happening. We overextended ourselves outside of a massive 11-year ascending, triangle consolidation. Everything looks great. The problem became the fact that we decided to breach just a little bit outside of here. So if we decide to correct back down inside of here, I would not be surprised in the slightest. But otherwise, guys, it's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Let me just jump back to the daily here so we can get that better, analysis and overlook. So we'll see how tomorrow's candle decide to close. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if on Monday when we decide to open back up, if we just retest here and we don't actually breach through this bottom resistance on the daily. It'd be very nice, as every time in the past we seem to have been consolidating, retesting this bottom support on the daily and then bouncing immediately off of that. But we were overbought. We had the bearish cross in the MACD. We should retest bottom support, and then we should see a swing to the other direction. But otherwise, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.